Man, y'all know what time it is. It's your boy Oatmeal. You know we at Spinrilla. I'm so excited right now. We're in the home of Atlanta, the home of the lemon pepper wings, and now the home of RGB. Man, these folks know your name, where you from, man, what we got going on. Let's talk about it.
Man, yeah, you know what time it is. It's your boy RGB Twine, man. Born and raised from Atlanta, west side to be exact, and the south side. Grew up. Grandparents had a barbecue restaurant on the west side off MLK, but then I went to school on the south side. But yeah, once again, real native. Grew up here, then flew here.
Thanks. It's crazy because I don't know why. So most people probably think you like New York, LA.
Yeah, I get that a lot, definitely LA or New York vibe, but it's crazy. I don't know. I just feel like I dress like it. I don't know, but the crazy thing about it, I've gotten so much more respect in like my New York friends and my LA friends because they know like that's just what I do. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's weird. It's super weird.
Do you feel like Atlanta has like their own sense of fashion? So, because people, when you think of fashion, they think of New York, of LA. Why you think now it's like we bloomed in the music world,
right?
But why you think we haven't bloomed yet in this fashion world?
To be honest with you, that's a question I ask myself every day, and I strive to design the most to answer that question because it's like Atlanta's such a hidden gem. Like not only with clothes, just music, just the city itself. Like you get a lot of people saying, "Oh, what's there to do?" And it's like, if you really from it, you can't really just tell somebody like what to do. Like you can't just send them there. It's kind of like Atlanta's like an adventure city. Like you just gonna get into an adventure whenever you get here. Like you just never know what could be going, who's here, because any and everybody is here. This is like the mecca of hip hop right now. Like I know New York used to be like that, but like just to be real for real, like don't nobody have a starting five like we do. Like when you just think about like hip hop, like coming from the city, like we really got a real deal dream team that's like you can put us against anybody right now. We still gonna ball out. Like
that's a fact. Did you know this was gonna come out like that? Like how an artist might say with a record, they just did the record, but they know it's gonna blow. Like, did you like know that when you said, okay, I'm finna do this fashion, come out like 'cause everybody try to do
right?
Fashion.
No, for sure. That's why I tell anybody that says that they want to do fashion, I'm like, you sure? Like, because I told myself 10 years ago, which 10 years is what it took me to even get to this point of we having this conversation. Like, man, I'm ready to be sleeping on the floor outside for this. Like, ain't nothing else I want to do with my life. Like, don't get me wrong, I want to design furniture. I want my own hotel, like all that good jazz. But the start of it, what people are what is gonna be set in stone is like, boy, that boy can dress. That boy now makes some clothes.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that I told myself I'm not stopping. Ain't nobody gonna stop me, and I'm moving anything and anybody out the way till I get to my dream. And it's like that'd be the one thing that I'd be like trying to tell people like how passionate I am. Like this, don't get this messed up. Like I like clothes like everyone else, but at the same time, like a lot of some of your favorite people done got my sauce, and it's like to move the world. And one thing about me, like I don't care for them to say it. I don't care for you don't even have to know. At the end of the day, for my psyche, I know like that's what keeps me going. Like that's my extra motivation. Like not that all. Like I was just watching like a Dame Dash interview, and he was saying he had asked somebody, he was like, "Man, what's your dream?" And they didn't know how to answer the question. I was like, "Well, I wish he would have answered me." I'm like, "Well, I got 1,000 dreams. That's all I do is dream, and that's what keeps me motivated. That's what keeps me stopping because it's like every notch that I keep getting to like check off, I'm like, time to go to the next one. Like my list is so long of what I plan to do in this world of not only just good, but just a change. Like, you know, one of my biggest things I want to happen with RGB is like, I want to redesign all the like uniforms in the world. So like McDonald's, FedEx, UPS, like to this day I say, man, UPS, man, your brown is so harsh, man. Can we lighten this up a little bit? Like, can we do a burgundy brown? Like something to make me like feel like, you know, it's a joke that you can always say about somebody who work at UPS is like, oh, and it's like, man, we got to take that narrative away. Like we got like I feel like all uniforms should be cool. Like think about like when you got a cool uniform, like a businessman who got to wear like custom suits, like
Facts.
Man, I feel good. Like
go to work every day, gonna feel amazing.
Why I gotta feel bad in this polo? Why I gotta feel like you finna shame me because I work at McDonald's?
Facts.
I'm getting money just like the next man.
Come on.
So it's like we got to make universal designs where like the Jetsons was one of my favorite cartoons because I just feel like, man, everybody had on the same thing. It just was a different color.
They was ahead of their time.
They was ahead of their time. And like that was like one of the ideas with the hats. Like that's why when I first started, it was like everything was one-on-one because it's like, man, at the end of the day, we all got the same logo, but it's just different color. And it's like, ain't no racism. Like we all different
Let me
colors.
tell you something. Them hats piss me off.
I know.
Let me tell you
they
why.
piss off a lot of people.
God, I can't get one.
Look,
bro, I be
don't
sick.
worry about it. We're gonna figure it out.
Hey,
We're
man.
gonna figure it out.
Hey, man, look at me. I almost ran out.
You with him now.
Hey, look, hello. Hello. Y'all heard? I don't know what's camera. Hello.
Right, exactly.
You
With
did.
camera.
You know what I'm saying?
We him.
We in now.
So the thing about it, even with this hat, right? So this hat wouldn't even be here without, like, shout out to Wish ATL, right? So,
Shout out to Wish.
So Wish, right? So Wish gave me the opportunity. This is like when COVID kind of like first started or whatnot. They gave me an opportunity with Sprite to do a pop-up shop. And, you know, I'm like, okay, man, growing up, Wish, that's one of my favorite places to go get some streetwear stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I gotta turn up, like, and I gotta make it by my city. So, you know, I did a 7-piece collection where it's like, at the time, kid you not, these shoes right here, like, you know, when everybody kind of was like doing the whole, like, we're gonna take the Jordan silhouette, like,
Yeah.
I got on the wave too, and it's like, even mine's a little bit slighter than everybody. Like, mine got a real 85 cut to it that a lot of people had, them folks had Jordan mids.
Yeah.
Like, man, cut it out. Like, you weren't doing what I was doing. But it was just, my whole thing was like, I had a meeting with Jordan. Like, Jordan Brand knows my first name, last name, like, done seen designs and everything. And I had a meeting with them where, you know, we were supposed to work together, but boom, that's when COVID worked. So it was like, I designed these as like, attention grabber to be like, hey, I'm still designing. I did these in case you didn't know I do this. So it's like, this was the like one thing that really like caught Wish attention. So it's like, boom, I told Wish we're gonna do a special color for you, and we're gonna do clothes with like a whole collection around it. And with the hats, right? The hats, so growing up, you know, I told you I grew up on the west side of Atlanta, like off Bankhead. Like, I don't know if anybody know where Blue Flame is. Like right there, that intersection with Donnie Howard.
Oh, you from Atlanta?
Yeah, I'm really from the city. Like
now, well, I'm ready.
Nah,
I'm running with you. What you talking about?
I didn't know what you talking about,
Ooh.
but I love the song. Though.
Yeah,
it's very country. Like super fire. So right there, it's a petrol gas station, right? Yeah. With like all the 18 wheelers in there. It's a truck. So you know what I'm talking about, right? So I saw trucking all my life sitting in the back car in my grandma's Cadillac. Like, you know, I just see 18 wheelers everywhere. So it was like, once again, back on, I love uniforms. I want to design everybody uniform. So I was like, how do I make a dope truck hat company uniform? RGB Freight. I didn't want to say RGB Freight. It was like, nah, let's short even 3 letters. Like, one thing I always learned about, like Gap, GAP, 3 letters. What's another one? Like Bugle Boy jeans. You just had like the BOY, like look, just like something about 3 letters, like, which I understand now. That's why this is like the most copied logo right now, because they understood too, like, oh, Holmes knew something about them 3 letters. So it's like, boom, RGB Freight. And it was supposed to just be on some, like, you go into Goodwill and you might find a hat for like $3. Now this your favorite hat. You don't even want to take this hat off, right? So boom, did the first colorway. I only did 50 of them at the time. Went for the pop-up, right?
That's what it was.
That's what it was, right? Only did 50. I was like, man, we gonna see how these folk really like. Boom, did 50. First day, sold out. Kept one for myself. I said, I got to keep me one. Like, I don't know how I end up like having 51, but I know I sold 50 because I see on the like little square report, but I had an extra. I guess it was like the sample. So boom, after that, the next day people came like, hey man, what them hats you had yesterday, man? What them? Sold out. Dang, come on, boy, I just need one. Ain't got none. So boom, after that, I wore it for 6 months, like all around the city, like to the point where I got enough people saying like, but I done seen this hat somewhere. Where you get this from? And I was like, all right, it's time to crank it back up. So boom, I started doing some more pop-up shops around the city. Boom, boom, selling them here, blah, blah, blah. Then after that, I said, but we got to go real guerrilla style now. Like, then I said, man, we finna go to every recording studio in the city. So, going to 2 Chainz, going to Free Band, going to this one, going to that one. Then there's certain ones I keep going to 2 Chainz, keep going Free Man, keep going. And them two was like the ones that really was like, because Skooly was one of the ones who really like found me and was like, oh, what you got going? Oh yeah, and then just for the city, like rich kid, like you know what I'm saying, like real people who know like.
My boy.
They don't understand how pivotal like a Skooly is to like Atlanta, like for real. So it's like
he missed with
man,
real.
well, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So
that's
it's like for real, that's my homie for life. So it's like boom, him, and then it's like boom. Now we back at Free Band. It's like boom. Now I'm linking with Casino, and then it's like boom. I'm giving Casino hat, blah blah blah. The next, you know, I'm walking out one because I'm one of them people that's like, man, I ain't with that Hollywood. I ain't finna fan out, man. I'm about my business. Let me just make my paper and get up out of here. Like,
Thanks.
If you want to say something to me, like, I'm gonna speak. But other than that, I'm not finna be hanging around. I'm not finna be rolling up, trying to figure out who I'm finna catch
You
up.
just want to handle your
But I just
business.
want to go, and because of me, that attitude, I'm walking out, and Pluto stopped me like, hey, you home with the hat?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, that means you hard, boy, like, oh, and then we just started talking about just life, like it went from hats to like, and we talking about astrology, like you know what I'm saying, like, then we just talking about like character and everything. The next thing you know, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. He like, boy, what you doing? He like, what I need to be doing.
Yeah.
They're like, shit, we'll look tomorrow. And next thing you know, that's when we kind of like really locked in our brotherhood to where it's like that's like to this day, like that's one person who I love to get fly with, because bro understand me, like he know like, but let's test the boundaries, like, and there's only certain people that know that, like I do that. I'm like, once again, bro come from Dungeon family, like it only makes sense why we relate, especially when it comes to just fashion stuff, like kid you not, he inspired these pants. I was when I was designing these, I'm in the studio with him. And I'm like, well, I'm just on some raw. So let's talk
about boundaries, bro. Because like you just said, y'all want to test the boundaries. You know what's crazy about fashion? I remember growing up, Tupac and all that. Right.
Another inspiration.
Right. He was one of the ones who would wear the vest without the shirt up under it and all that.
Wearing coveralls with the Skooly.
Man. I don't think people like understand that fashion has been into music for years, but I think people caught on to it. Like now, you got the streetest rappers testing all the boundaries that you would never see in the 90s, but only with certain artists, right? But are you a designer? Do you feel like, do you not like when people might say these are like streetwear or urban wear, right? Or do you like, does that get to you? Because I feel like this to me is not
like it does, but I understand that's just what has to be said right now until I do some more work. You know.
So when you say you gotta do more work, like, what is this goal?
I mean, like I said, I want, at the end of the day, I want my own hotel. Like one thing that I appreciate about like being around like rappers and like being on the road is like I'm a real nomad. Like I can't really sit down. I love different spaces. Like that's why when you said, man, you open up this space, like bro, I love knowing I have different, I like to say in my mind, like trap spots, like of where it's like I just pull inspiration from it. And it's like I've stayed at like almost some of the most nicest of hotels in like every state of the United States, where it's like my eye has seen so many different layouts and like what I feel like a dope home away from home looks like. That's one of my like but I feel like I got to start with furniture first. Like I got to show you what my furniture looks like in my hotel before I can design the hotel. And it's like, right now I'm showing you what your clothes should look like in your closet. Like everything I feel like I do for people is like a planner. That's why like I've been like assistants to a lot of like rappers, because it's like, I don't look at it like, man, you ain't gonna never try to like no dude boy. It's like, I'm just one of them people like, I don't have no problem like sweeping. I don't have no problem. Oh, you need some water?
Yeah.
Like I just recently did like a photo shoot and I'm like asking people, do you need water? Like more so when it's like, cause it's just the heart that I am. Like I want anybody and everybody who's around me to be good. Like
when did you find out you was a creator?
When I was 5 years old and I realized I could draw Power Rangers by heart. So like
I was a fake creator, so I would think that I could dress, but it'd be really the mannequin.
Man,
I don't know what I'm saying? I was a Nietzsche mannequin.
Like I don't know, like to this day, like my parents always let me pick my outfit out. Like I won best dress in high school. And like to this day, why I'm messed up in the head of why I love clothes. Like my grandma used to reward me like, oh, you made A's and B's in school? All right, let's go get your outfit. So now every time I feel like I did something good, oh, you made a good design. Oh, let's go get the outfit. Like, or let's go design the outfit. Like, let's put it on the ground. Like, I'm messed up in the head and I need therapy.
Hey,
it's retail therapy, but
hey man, if I'm finna wear your stuff, I need you to look thrown off.
Exactly, yeah.
Hey, I tell all the artists I work with, I need you. If you ain't thrown off, then your music gonna suck.
I tell people every day.
You're gonna be too loud.
Throwed off.
So let's do. It's a couple of designs I want to go over, and then we'll probably do a little layout. It's the Dipset one, right?
Yes.
Let's just go over this one right
here.
Yeah.
So
what got
this Dipset collab? So last year when I was, the hats was growing, I was approached to their brand manager for the Diplomats brand, and they said, hey man, they want to do a collab. What can we do? Let's design. So I got back to them, designed some pieces. These are a couple of pieces I just wanted to bring out here, just as some feelers, just to kind of show people, get people ready. And, we kind of called it RGB set. Growing up, Dipset, that whole era, bro, I don't think they understand what it means to me when they called me to be like, bro, we should do something. I'm like, wait, what? I wanted to be Joel Santana so bad.
Man,
I'm talking about me and my partner, we going to school with the bandana tilt, but you couldn't tell it, we rocking all rock stuff, Ed Hardy, I'm rocking the extra tight thermals with the real I remember my grandma was the first person who bought me a Von Dutch hat, and I really was the first person in my school with Von Dutch, no cap. So this trucker stuff is bigger than life for me, for real. I've been rocking truckers because I always been on that LA, that New York swag, peeping in the scene, just seeing what was different. I remember to this day, I remember 10th grade, my cousin had got me this Donna Karen sweater. This when Donna Karen first started making men's. Of course, everybody don't know that. So I come to school, I'm rocking all black with this white DKNY logo, some Ralph Lauren jeans, some J, I think I had on Aqua 8. I come to school and I'm full well, man, you got a girl sweater on? I'm first of all, check the tag. You ain't even got this, first of all.
Hello.
Shut up. Shut up.
That's the difference.
Man, just different stuff. I've always been on a different vibe, and to this day, that was something I always like to just, anything I'm buying, I always want to push the limits on some but you just don't even know about it. Why are you even talking? I will teach you something. Relax. So, this Dipset collab, this is all about super pushing the boundaries. On that particular T-shirt right there, I did a slogan that says Atlanta and Harlem stick together. That's a slogan in Harlem. Harlem dudes stick together, but it's I feel like Atlanta and Harlem stick together. And one thing I always tell people, the reason why New York is so special to me, I feel like I was from Harlem in my past.
Because growing up, they said Harlem was where all the fly dudes.
Nah, it really wasn't. The first time I ever stepped in Harlem, I got embraced on some I remember some Harlem dudes came and he was like, man, I can tell you ain't from here, but you know how to camouflage. It's something about you that we rocking with you type vibe. So it's to this day, that's always a home with me. Even my partner, Young Lord, who does V-Long, that's
oh yeah,
that's
he be in and out.
Man, that's my brother for life. He somebody who really took me around Harlem too. All last year, he really showed me man, he was oh, you say you from Harlem, I'm finna show you the real spot. So shout out to ASAP Bari, my partner for life. Harlem it just felt like Atlanta when I was there. So it's something that's super special to me. So that's why I can't wait for this to drop, which it should be dropping soon. Just stay tuned on that. We're just getting some quality control issues out there.
I got two more good questions.
Yeah. No, I'm with it.
What does Atlanta means to you, man?
Man, Atlanta is home. Atlanta is my think tank. even like it's crazy. I try to go out of town, I bring my MacBook, and I act like I'm finna design. I can't. It's too much going on. I'm too much on high alert. Like you're never gonna catch me being green. Like I'm anywhere that's not my true surround. Even when I'm home, you still not gonna catch me relaxed. But like when I'm out of town, I'm really like super high alert. So it's like I can't always design out of town. Like I can get as much inspiration, but when I get home is when I'm really on my computer. Like, okay, this is what I pulled from this New York trip. This is what I pulled from this LA trip. Like Atlanta is like, there's no place like home. Like I tell people to this day, like ain't nothing like Southern hospitality. Like I done did a year in LA. I done been back and forth to New York. And it's like I love them cities. Like I done lived in Miami. Like you know they all cool. So I done lived in Chicago. Like but ain't nothing like Atlanta. Like I understand that's why the music does so well here and why it comes out here because we got a certain bop. You just can't. You can't never get away from our bop, right? Mm-hmm. That's why the club, like,
grew up dancing.
Man, you know, like
Cascade, Golden,
all that, like,
yeah.
Like, it's a certain soul here that can only be found here. Period.
And for that person that's out there who's just like, who know who you are, who's into fashion, they like, yo, I know exactly what RGB is, and I know who the guy behind it, right? What do you tell that kid who got that inspiration just like you, who is you, but nobody knows him because he's the quiet person in the classroom?
Exactly.
What do you tell that kid?
I tell them for one, shoot, stay quiet. Keep thinking. Anytime somebody tells you no, like, fuck them. If I can say that. Like one thing my grandma always told me growing up, can't been dead. And it basically means like, we don't use the word can't. There's nothing that you can't do. You can do anything. And that's one thing I will always tell any young person, like, man, you can do anything that you want to. It's just all about how you execute it. Like, there's no dream that's too big. And especially when it comes to your dream, don't think about $1 because dreams don't cost. You just got to do it. That's like, for real. Like,
that's it.
I know all my dreams are expensive. That's why I can't think about how it's gonna get paid. I just got to think about how we're gonna do it, how we're gonna execute it.
Man, that's deep as hell, man.
I learned stuff like that from Ye. That's why it's like he do the impossible.
Facts, and we saw it in that documentary.
What? For real.
Look, man, here at the Spinrilla, aka Department Store, man, we want to thank you for just coming out. Spinrilla home base is Atlanta. Spinrilla was born in Atlanta, and for this and you being from Atlanta, and you able to come here. You the first designer. I'm not talking about somebody who just make hoodies.
Yeah, because I could have had guys, dog. I could have had anybody, but like
we got grown, man.
Yeah. But it's a certain essence too. Like that's why I wanted to tell you, like super, like really for real. Thank you for doing this because, like, once again, when you just said department store, like it just brought me to them nights of like. Them like I miss them. Like that's one thing I miss about it.
We still got the name, and we still gonna bring the essence to it. And I think that
it's just
we should do something.
No,
a dope. Okay. I don't want to speak too much. You know what I'm saying? I get the extra talk.
Like I'm telling you, because I'll be like, well, we finna do a hat party. Everybody who got an RGB hat, you get in right now. You don't sit yourself outside. You did.
But look, I'm proud of you, bro. And I'm just now meeting you, but it's like I was at a club one day and I saw about 40 people with them hats on that I still can't get. But don't trip.
Yeah,
it's a box in here, and I've been peeked the box already, man. But look, man, you keep doing your thing. You keep inspiring the world, bro. You keep inspiring Atlanta, man. We got your bag, 120,000%. I think we should do a mixtape on Spinrilla exclusively. We're gonna do the whole thing.
First mixtape with no words.
Hello. You feel me? Double dub. Man, appreciate it. Man, whatever you need from us here at Spinrilla, bro, we got your back.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
You did.